Hi, welcome. So I just got back from my family vacation in Austria. It was wonderful, and the pictures I took there are perfect examples on the importance of lighting in landscape photography. So look at this picture. This was taken on a rainy and cloudy day, and the day after I took this picture shortly before sunset. Rainy, cloudy, and before sunset. It makes a huge difference. So in this video I'm going to talk about what the right angle of the sun is, and also I will show you how to plan with the sun so you can be sure that when you get onto the spot you will have good lighting. So before I jump into the photography part, let me show you why we went to Austria specifically. So we wanted to visit the Zotter chocolate manufactory, and this is the best place for a chocolate lover like me. And because you are given a spoon, you can taste every phase of the chocolate production. And they are a bean to bar manufacturer. So this means that from the raw cocoa beans to the chocolate bars, you can taste anything and as much as you like. So it's a perfect program for a family vacation. Okay, back to landscape photography. When you are shooting landscapes, your main light source is usually the sun. So it's very important that the sun is at a right angle compared to you and your subject. And this is exactly what I'm going to cover in this video. So what is the right angle of the sun? Let me demonstrate this with a flashlight and a blank white wall. So now you can see white background. It's a white wall and the flashlight is coming just perfectly behind the camera. And you can see that it looks really a flat wall, like a flat background. But if I start to move the light to the right, you can see that the shadows are appearing. And this is most exaggerated when I put the flashlight onto the wall, so the light is at a very low angle compared to the wall, and you can see how the shapes are coming out of the wall, and you can see all the small bumps and small valleys in the wall. And in landscape photography, this is exactly what we want. So we want the shadows to amplify the shapes and forms of the landscape, because our brain conceives the shape of the landscape according to the shadows. So the best time to shoot landscape pictures is when the sun is quite low, so it's very close to the horizon and it's just scraping the surface. And in photography, this is what they call the golden hour. So it's usually an hour before sunset and an hour after sunrise. But having the sun at a low angle to the horizon is not enough. It also matters where the sun is compared to you and your subject. So the best angle is when the sun is on your side and is close to the horizon, because in this case the sun is scraping the surface and you can see the shadows of the landscape. So let me demonstrate this with a real life example. This view is from the most beautifully located web cameras in Hungary. It shows the Danube bend and the hills behind it. So this picture is from around noon when the sun is just above the camera, and you can see that there are no shadows on the hills. At least you can't see the shadows because the sun is coming right behind the camera. But shortly before sunset, when the sun goes to the left side, to west, the sun is just scraping the surface, and also because it's shining from the side, you can see the shadows. So look how better the landscape looks. Now you can really see the landscapes in 3 dimensions. So to summarize this part up, it's vital to have the sun at a low angle, so close to the horizon, but it's also important to have the sun on my side, so either on my left or right side. But it's not good when the sun is shining behind me or if the sun is shining in front of me, because if it's shining behind me, then I will have a landscape without any shadows. Or if it's shining in front of me, again I will have the whole landscape in shadow, and it's going to be mostly like a silhouette of a landscape. So how can you plan the sun's movement? First of all, you should scout the location, and also you should have a sense of navigation. Like you should know which way is north, which is south. You should know which direction the sun is moving. And with this in mind, you will roughly have an idea what the best time is to shoot. And also it's usually better to take a picture which is facing north or south, because then around sunrise or sunset the sun is going to be on your side, and that's exactly what you want. And there's also a very easy to use application called the Photographer's Ephemeris. The browser version is free, but you can have the Android or iOS version for just a few bucks. So let me show you how this application works on simulating one of my photos that I recently showed you. So this photo, I was shooting the castle of Regensburg in Austria, and I was standing here at the Der Edelbauer restaurant, and I took the shot around 6:48, and this was my subject. This is the Regensburg castle, and you can see that the sun was above the horizon at 9 degrees, and it was shining just from my left side, almost at 90 degrees compared to my point of view, and this was just perfect. So in this application, the yellow lines denote the sunrise and the sunset, the blue and gray lines denote the moonrise and moonset, and as you slide the slider, you can see where the moon and the sun is. It's that easy. So I hope you liked this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done yet, and please let me know in the comments what are those photography related topics that you would like to hear about, and I'm gonna make a video of them. See you soon.